Get on board with us and take a ride as we explore Calgary's transit system, its history, challenges, and future, while comparing it to other major cities to see if it's keeping up or falling behind. Public transit is the backbone of major cities. Millions rely on transit every day to get to work, school, sporting events, and just everywhere. Public transit doesn't just move people, it shapes cities, economies, and reduces environmental impact. But for transit to be truly effective, it needs to be efficient, reliable, and accessible. Calgary is quickly becoming a major city with a population of 1.6 million people. And yet the transit system isn't reaching every quadrant in the city, like in most major cities. As Calgary continues to expand, the need for a more accessible transit system is becoming a big issue. What does the future hold for Calgary's public transportation? This is Getting on Track. The Calgary transit system started with a streetcar in 1909. The city expanded buses replacing streetcars, and in 1981, the city introduced the C-Train, a light rail system across the city that's over 118 kilometers today. The C-Train is one of North America's most successful light rail systems with a close to 465,000 daily boardings. As Calgary continues to expand, many riders are finding transit more difficult to navigate, and overcrowding is a major issue. Ward 9 Councillor Jean Carlos Corra highlights how transit development hasn't always kept up with demand. The city's commitment to expanding its network has faltered in some areas, especially the southeast.
The first thing that we discovered is that there was such a pent-up demand for ridership in the southeast. The mayor at the time, Dave Broncagne, basically abandoned the order in which we were supposed to be building our transit. Southeast Transit was supposed to be next, and extended the Blue Line out into West Calgary. We were all sort of thinking that we need to double and triple down on Calgary as a transit city and get back to building things and get back to a more orderly way of doing things.
Now on some days, buses pass by full, leaving passengers stranded in the cold. As Calgary's neighborhoods grow larger, the connection to public transit is stretching thin. We spoke to a few students from SAIT to get their opinions on Calgary's transit.
It stops sometimes to find a train because people are packed in the train, so you gotta wait a couple of trains sometimes, yeah.
The Calgary transit is not really efficient in my opinion. I know they're trying to improve it, but yeah, I don't think anything is actually becoming better. Plus the price is increasing year after year, which is insane for the quality of service.
Calgarians have mixed feelings about the city's transit system, with some expressing frustration over overcrowding and inefficiency, while others appreciate the convenience and affordability.
I think it's pretty good. It's nice that we have it included in our tuition with SAIT, so it makes it more affordable, the parking and stuff. So I think it's running pretty smooth. Maybe more trains going through, but overall I think it's pretty good.
Despite its early successes, Calgary's transit system is now struggling to meet the needs of its growing population. So how does Calgary's system compare to other major cities? While Calgary tries to meet the demands of its growing population, other Canadian cities have developed a much more expansive system. Vancouver, for example, operates the SkyTrain, a fully automated rapid transit network that stretches over 80 kilometers. Toronto's TTC has 4 subway lines, constantly expanding to serve its large population. And Montreal's metro system is known for its efficiency and wide range of service. In comparison, Calgary's transit system is still heavily reliant on just 2 LRT lines and a bus network. This leaves gaps in service, especially when it comes to coverage and reliability. Calgary is also one of the few major Canadian cities without a direct airport rail link, something that is common in cities like Vancouver, Toronto, and Montreal. Vancouver's transit system is considered the best in Canada. Their combined network of SkyTrain, buses, and C-Bus makes getting around the city and beyond easy. So what do people think about Calgary's transit compared to cities like Vancouver that have an airport rail?
I would say Vancouver's better than here. I would definitely say that. I think you can get a bus every 8 minutes sometimes, right? Which is really, really helpful. Oh, absolutely, yeah. Especially straight to downtown, that'd be really nice.
I think it would be very beneficial to have something that goes straight from the airport to wherever you are, and also just the stress on the traffic in Calgary. It would alleviate that.
Travelers in Calgary are faced with more complex and time-consuming transfers than they saw in Vancouver. So how do those who work at the airport feel about Calgary's current transit options?
It'll take like an hour and a half for me to get to like my job here, whereas like if they had like a train station, it would cut it down because like I live near a train, but I have to like take a bus to the train and then take another bus from that train station back to the airport. So I'm like, if they just had something that like took you from anywhere in Calgary over to the airport, that would be so much better than transferring.
So say like people who are traveling, that could like the confusion that you can get after leaving the airplane and having to take multiple buses, multiple trains just to get to a single destination creates a lot of confusion and doesn't help with the tourism in Calgary.
While the Calgary's transit system still falls behind Vancouver, Montreal, and Toronto, the city isn't standing still. In fact, steps are already being taken to close the gap. Calgary is looking towards the future with one major improvement at a time. Currently, a major project in the works is the Green Line. It's a project that aims to expand Calgary's transit network and provide people with more efficient travel options. And while the Green Line is the big focus for now, the city's future plans also include connecting a route directly to the airport, which has been a topic at City Council. Calgary is taking steps to address their issues. Adam Noble-Johnson, Manager of Community and Business Relations with the Green Line, talks about how Calgary is trying to improve the gap in Calgary's transit system.
Green Line is Calgary's next transit line with a full vision of a 46-kilometer line running between Seton in the south and 160th Avenue north. It's got a lot of benefits. Its primary purpose, of course, is to help people move around the city and provide transportation choice for people in all of the communities that will be connected.
He also discussed the possibility of a future airport rail, which could potentially connect with the Green Line, something that could really change how people get around.
The short answer is yes, but the route of the Green Line does not run directly to the airport. So as part of Calgary's long-term transit strategy, 2 airport connections have been identified. The first one that people are likely to see is actually along the Blue Line. Currently, when it extends one more station, it will go north to the 88th Avenue station. From there, the city plans and is currently in work right now to plan a people mover that will help folks move from the Blue Line west to the airport.
However, the Green Line project has had many hurdles, including the provincial government, which was questioning how expensive the project is and withheld the funding from the city unless the city changed the plans. Originally, the project was proposed to run from the far north to the far south with an underground rail in downtown. Now the project is far shorter, and with the provincial pressure, an elevated rail in downtown was agreed on. Not only has the Green Line been frustrating for Calgarians, but also for the City Council. Government funding delay, increasing costs, and political pressure have slowed down the project's progress.
When it comes to the Green Line, we have submitted a business case to the federal government to let them know that we are interested in moving quickly on the design work to the south and to get shovels in the ground as quickly as we can. We still have to do the research on a proposed elevated alignment through downtown. This is something that came to us from the provincial government. It is not really well thought out yet. It was a very preliminary look. I am not a fan of an elevated solution downtown. I think after all of the investments we have made and the improvements we have made for residents and businesses, an elevated line is the wrong thing to do. But we will see what the results of the study are once we hear back from the federal government that we can keep moving forward.
As Calgary moves ahead with the Green Line project, there's still a lot of debate around the proposed elevated rail line. While the city is focused on getting things done right and on time, it's clear there are challenges ahead. Mayor Gondek emphasizes that getting input from Calgarians has always been important to City Council, but the province is less interested in engaging with Calgarians.
When it comes to any transit development that we do in the city, we make sure we have comprehensive engagement with citizens, with businesses, with any interested parties. We did that on the Green Line for a number of years, and that's how we came up with the best solution we could. The province, on the other hand, created this idea of having an elevated line and did not engage with anybody. So we will be taking on that responsibility of engaging with people now that they have put it forward.
Michael Rack, the board director of transportation for the Beltline Neighborhoods Association, agrees with Mayor Gondek on the elevated line, stating that the BNA supports the overall Green Line project, recognizing the need to expand Calgary's transit network and provide more transportation options beyond private vehicles, but that an elevated LRT line along 10th Avenue will directly impact residents and businesses in the area, including increased noise and vibration, visual pollution, declining property values, privacy concerns, reduced sunlight and shading effects, potential crime and safety issues, limited accessibility, decreased aesthetic appeal, higher vacancy rates, delivery and loading challenges, insurance and structural risks, and traffic and parking disruptions. Some of these negative impacts may also extend to other streets and blocks. Even with the potential of an elevated LRT along 10th Avenue affecting business along the Beltline, businesses have already been affected by the Green Line. With the closure of Eau Claire Market, Charlie Mendelman, the owner of a sports bar called Garage, had to move his business due to the Green Line.
I'm sad to see it go because I've been here for so long. It's been a very good business for us, and it served a purpose in its initial years. The last few years, mind you, we've known for over a year that the city was going to take it over for the Green Line. We've relocated to Bow Valley Square, which is on 6th Avenue and 2nd Street. And it's obviously a cost move, and we don't know how many of our clients will follow us. And I guess we're about to find out.
Despite the concerns over the elevated line, the Green Line is seen as a critical part of Calgary's future. It's not just about transit, it's about shaping the city's growth and reducing traffic congestion for years to come, which is why right now they are working on the core.
You actually have to start creating a transit system that serves a lifestyle user where you live in a walkable, dense neighborhood. And if you can't get everything you need in that neighborhood, it's more convenient for you to step onto transit and taking it a stop to the next neighborhood or the next neighborhood and the next neighborhood. So we wanted to continue to serve a commuter customer base, but we also wanted to expand our customer base to include a lifestyle transit user so that fewer and fewer people have to use cars all the damn time, because building your city for cars, as expensive as transit is, it's a lot cheaper than building a city for cars.
It's also a really big city building and city shaping project, creating opportunities for housing, recreation, community connections all along the alignment.
On January 28th, Calgary City Council voted yes to beginning construction on the southeast segment of the project and is currently waiting for a reply from the federal government on a business case. Otherwise, construction has begun with tearing down Eau Claire Mall and creating more pedestrian passes in Ogden. As Calgary's population grows, its transit system will need to evolve alongside it. The Green Line and future transit developments could be the key to transforming Calgary into a truly connected, sustainable city. But with hurdles still ahead, including political debates and funding challenges, the road to a comprehensive transit network is far from smooth. The decisions made today will shape the city's transportation future for generations to come. Whether it's tackling overcrowding, improving connectivity, or shaping the city's growth, the future of Calgary's transit is on track if the city can stay on course.